Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with Beauty K Unfiltered and I will leave her information down below. We are going to be doing a very special purchase or pass video today. We're going to talk about all the holiday releases and what we're thinking about picking up and what we're definitely skipping over. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick with me. We're going to get into it right now. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about, or that we're going to talk about, is the KVD Vegan Beauty, the new eyeshadow palette. It's 14 pixel perfect vegan pigments that are included in the palettes.
Is that like a multi-chrome in there?
I don't think they have.
The middle one?
Well, they have 6 mattes, 8 shimmers, and 2 special effect flip shades, which I'm guessing is a duochrome.
I don't know. How much is it though? That's always a lot of times, because that's pretty enough. I would love to have that.
Really?
I think so, yes.
Oh,
but you know what I'm
goodness.
okay, but look, I'm attracted to those 2 shades at the bottom. I don't know. You know what is the price point would be it for me, but all those shimmers in there are really
probably
pretty.
Around $50.
No, that's like Pat McGrath prices or such. I don't know why I don't think KVD Vegan isn't worth that much.
Because they're in like a turmoil right now.
Yeah.
Like they're just. I feel like this is going to be coming to TJ Maxx near you. So if you really want it, I would wait until then.
Yeah.
Because I see this coming there.
Yeah, I did. Definitely. I'm missing a lot of stuff. Shady Beaches.
Yeah, I think that's going to end up at TJ Maxx. I feel like the color story is not anything that we haven't already seen before.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The packaging is just okay. Like I don't get the excitement for it.
Yeah. The packaging is boring. I don't say lame, but it's boring.
It actually reminds me, and I'll try to put a picture up here. It reminds me of the CoverGirl, like, what do they call it? Like the Rain or the something to do with like kings and queens and stuff. But they released a couple of palettes, I think last summer, and they had a black one and a white one, and they had like the little scrolls and curly cues and whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like $19, which I think is ridiculous for CoverGirl, but that's exactly what this packaging reminds me of, and why I don't want it. Because it just looks.
If it was $19, I might get it. I like that. I really do like that. But sometimes I will buy a palette for one color if it's the right price point.
Yeah, but not $50.
And I just feel like KVD though. I just feel like they're so wrapped up right now. Yeah.
All right. The next thing is the Too Faced collection. Now they normally do different collections for Ulta than they do Sephora, so you'll see different things come out. But this one is the Unbearably Glam set, and there are, I believe there's a total of 3 mini palettes. I'll try to see if I can find a better picture because I think there are 3. And then you have these little like face duos, and then of course everything comes with Better Than Sex mascara because they can't get rid of that.
I personally don't support Too Faced, but if you do, I mean, I think it's a cute collection. I think it's a cute holiday thing. It might be something that I would just buy and gift to somebody because it's a bit bland. It's a bit beginner. I think for Too Faced, it's not really the best foot forward.
I think Too Faced does a really good job at being consistent with their holiday stuff, which means if you've ever purchased any holiday set, you already have these shades.
Right.
Because every year it's all the same. It's mostly warm tone neutrals with a little bit of like pinky shades in it, a little bit of mauve shades in it, some sparkly shades. The face products that they put out are really only suited for like one section of the skin color wheel.
Right.
So yeah. For some people, they're not going to be able to use everything.
I think looking at that palette, looking at the one palette there that's got the like the browns and stuff, like they can't see, but whatever. The one that's got mostly the browns, and not the one that's got that like blue and pink in it. That one looks a lot like the gingerbread. I have a couple that are like gingerbread and stuff that you gave me, and I really do like them, and I do like the formula, but it looks like those.
Yeah,
it's just in different size pans.
And I tend to think that the best formula they have is definitely the tin packaging. So like the original chocolate bar, all those ones, they are the best formula. When they do these cardboard packaging that has the squares that are like outlined in like a gold color, that tends to be like the cheapest, worst formula that they do. Next thing is actually popping back to Too Faced. They have this Cinnamon Bear eyeshadow palette.
Mm-hmm.
They have a quad of different liquid lipstick minis.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a bunch of little tin pan minis, which they have salted caramel. They also have, I think, a gingerbread spice. And what was the other one? I don't know what the other one was. I know I saw a picture of like 3 or 4 of them, but they all look very, very similar.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you already have one of the gingerbread spice or gingerbread spice extra spicy or something like that, you don't necessarily, or the hot buttered rum from last year, then you don't need any of these other ones because they all look so similar. And on the eye, I don't think they're gonna look different enough to warrant the price.
I feel like anytime Too Faced comes out and does something brown, you know, it's everything that's already been in those gingerbread palettes.
Yeah, it's identical.
Yeah.
It's identical. So the next one is from Fenty. It's a quad of lip glosses. And so they have like 2 kind of nude colors, a lighter and a deeper, a pink and a peach. I like it.
Yeah.
I did not buy the one from last year, and I have total regretsies about it because the colors were really, really pretty. They had like a nice deep color. And the little pan that it came in, the little tin pan that it came in was adorable. Yeah. And I saw it go on clearance, and I was like, oh, I'll just wait to see, you know, if one of the 20% off coupons comes around and I can get it on clearance plus 20% off.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. Of course.
And I waited too long.
Oh, no. Yeah. They're really pretty. The only thing I can say, though, is, like, it's like this to me, the price point is probably wrong. And so it would only be clearance with 20% off that I would probably buy it.
I want to say that these were
because it's a vault, right?
It's a vault, but it's 4 minis. Oh. So they're not full size, so I think that makes it cheaper.
Does it though for Fenty? Really?
Cost-wise, yes. Value-wise, not so much.
I mean,
it's $36.
Oh, for 4 of them? Yeah, that's okay. But they're minis. I don't know.
So they're $9 each.
They would have to be. It would really have knocked my socks out. It just doesn't. Yeah. I've just seen so many, especially this year, I've seen so many glosses come out that are really highly pigmented. Mm-hmm. And where
these are more like wash of color.
Yes. And they are pigmented though, but I just don't feel like, that's groundbreaking or whatever at this point. Maybe last Christmas if she'd have.
Yeah.
If she'd have come up with a gloss that pigmented, even though they're not terribly pigmented, she'd come up with that like last year, it would have blown people away. But this year there's been so many videos that I've seen people reviewing a gloss and going, holy crap, that's a gloss, like a liquid lipstick. And so that's become like a thing.
Yeah. That
these are sort of like blase, unless if, like I said, you know, I would probably want to see the size of them. Yeah. Try to decide whether they're worth like $9, because if they're like this, like, I don't know, but they are pretty. They're very pretty. And if you collect Fenty, you're gonna want to have them because the packaging is beautiful too.
Yes.
And that's one of the things. Like, I'm just as guilty as anybody else of buying stuff just for packaging, collecting garbage makeup because the packaging was so amazing. that is me. If you sell garbage makeup but you have really good packaging, hit me up.
So the next thing is this 5-pan highlighter palette from Becca.
Becca, not Becca. It's pretty though.
It's pretty.
I don't think I want it. I don't
want it at all.
What? No, I don't get this swatch. Where did that blue swatch come from? Like, I don't. Is that really in there?
I think it's this purple that's like an iridescent blue purple flip.
Oh no, I feel like what I have from Milani is like that, and that Becca is just too high of a price point.
I feel like this type of palette, they need to put in all shades that work with one skin tone and then make multiple, like a light, a medium, and a deep of this kind of palette. Because what they have here is light, medium, and deep skin tone friendly colors in the same palette. And although I have rationalized in the past that I'm going to buy this and I'll use this other one as an eyeshadow and I'll use the rest of them as a highlighter, I never do.
You don't do that.
So I just let like half the pans never get touched.
Yeah, and I think that was brilliant what BH did with those little quad blushes and stuff.
Yes.
They kind of did that where they they kind of did that, where no matter what skin tone you were, you could find one of those quads where everything in the quad was going to work for you. And you're right, that would be a great. Are you listening, Becca? Because you've had some misses this year.
I mean, at least you didn't have Jaclyn Hill this year. But.
Wait, weren't they the ones that did the Clear Eyes foundation?
Yeah. The zero, no
zero,
coverage foundation. That
zero foundation was. Yeah, listen to her, Becca. You need to.
It was not revolutionary.
No,
that's for sure. All right. So Hourglass is releasing yet another edit palette, which these run $80. That's the kind of one that I have. And then they have a quad that they're doing, I think it's like $64 or something like that. And then a refillable lipstick pen.
How do you use a lipstick pen?
Well, you just use it like a lipstick, but it's bougie and it's like pointy. Like the packaging is pointy, not the actual lipstick.
It's not a real pen in there though, right?
No. It's like a regular lipstick. It's like a bullet lipstick, but it's in like a little pen shape.
That would be a value add.
Did you guys all get that? I thought it was clear. It was not clear.
I'm just looking for a value add here. Is all I'm looking
for. Oh no, you can't also write with it. Nope.
I don't know. No, who is this again? Tell me again.
Hourglass.
Hourglass. Oh gosh, they're always so. So, well, I don't know. 80. It just seems a bit steep. Okay. Half off maybe, but I'm always fascinated by those ones that are sort of two-tone swirly ice cream.
The baked, yeah. They're really pretty. I just
want to see how they perform. Like those are the kind of things that I know during COVID we can't do it, but those are the kind of things that in Ulta I want to go in and see it, because I went back and forth on that Stone Vibes palette from Urban Decay for so long because it had those kind of shades in it. I finally got to Ulta last week and I was able to see it up close. I was not able to touch it or swatch it, but I was able to see it and go, oh, I get it now. And then it was like, never mind.
Yeah. And the powders are actually really nice. They're really finely milled. They're baked, so you can pick it up. It looks nice skin application. But I feel like the blushes from Hourglass wear away like halfway through my day. Like I feel like they don't stick with me. And so I feel like, why did I pay $64 for a palette that doesn't stick with me?
I bet if it did have a pen, it would be invisible ink.
That's exactly right. Invisible ink pen.
It just disappear.
But I do like the fact that for the quad, it appears to be targeted more towards like a deeper skin tone, which I think is the very first time that Hourglass has even acknowledged that people come in different skin tones. So,
well, they're making progress.
That's a plus. Good job, gold star for you, Hourglass. All right, let's see what's next. We already talked about that. Oh, well, we might as well talk about Urban Decay Stone Vibes since you brought it up. The palette, the giant highlighter, the 4 little X-rated lip glosses.
Oh. Have
you seen that packaging?
No. What in the world?
Oh, Lord. Let me go. Hang on a second here.
Ooh, something X-rated.
Hi, Joe Kids! What is it calling it? Stone Vibes. Good Lord.
She's one of the fastest typers on the phone. I'm sitting there sliding 3 times because autocorrect won't listen to me. She's so fast. What is...
That looks like something you find in an adult store.
Does look like something I would get from Adam and Eve non-spawn. Wow.
And I think they're lip glosses. I think.
No, I'm putting that on my lips.
Not afterwards, Ben.
I don't know. I feel like what's so sad about this is that if you're just looking at the pictures, if you're just looking at the packaging, it was amazing. And all the products inside were a miss. Nobody's had anything super good to say about it. It's cute. It's a love. Again, I was attracted by the whole swirly thing. But once I got in the store and I was able to see, oh, these are just kind of like, the best way I can describe it is a matte shadow with a very fine pressed glitter in it. That's the best way you can describe that. It is not going to swirl together. It is not going to make any kind of a It's not going to make a two-tone swipe if you do that, and it's not going to make a nice color because it won't blend together. They're two sort of opposite things in there.
Mm-hmm.
And once I saw it, I was like, I get why people are saying this is not performing at all.
The first time I saw this in like a preview when I did my original purchase or pass talking about this, I thought they were pressed glitters, and I roasted the hell out of this because I was like, all those pressed glitters, you got to be out of your damn minds. Like,
right.
What? And
yeah,
the packaging on the front of the palette is beautiful. Like,
gorgeous.
I would put that part somewhere up on display.
Right.
But the actual like insides, I've not seen anybody speak very positively. I think the shimmery shades look very translucent when they're applied to the eye, so you really don't get like a great like bam in your face effect. And I think that's what people are looking for now.
Right.
So that was a miss. And then this giant highlighter. That's, first of all, the thing's the size of a damn CD. And it's got this like giant like stone pressing foolishness inside. So I don't know how you get a brush into that. It's not like,
it's not going to cover your brush evenly because the surface is like the surface of the moon. It's so weird. It's rocky and whatever. I get that that's a gimmicky thing, but I thought we got over that with the whole rose.
The Lancome rose.
Right, yeah. Which people said didn't pick up that great.
No, and even when people tried to make their own like DIY one with Dollar Tree stuff, which you can totally do, it didn't work.
Take that, Lancome.
It's also not cruelty free. This is Charlotte Tilbury, and she is doing the Instant Eye palette, Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. It is 60 pounds, 12 sheets.
Oh, 60 pounds. 60 pounds. $72.
I think it usually runs $75 in the American stores.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Charlotte Tilbury's just taking the piss with her name, because but at the same time, I have not used anything. I'm going by reviews. Everybody says her stuff is fine. It's fine.
Yep, that's what I hear all the time. It's good. Like, it's good. Like, it's it didn't cause me a reaction. It didn't whatever, but I don't hear people from it.
Like, I don't know. But but I never that's the thing. You never hear anybody rave about it like you do about Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath. Like, I've just heard people say it's fine, and I feel like for it's fine, maybe it should be closer to $50 US.
Yeah.
You know, maybe 40 pounds for that. If you're gonna put your name on it, I don't know.
The only person that I've heard that like really raves about Charlotte Tilbury is Samantha March. Yeah. And I know she really likes their products.
The other one, I think, is it who's the cussing lady that used
Teresa?
I think Teresa likes Charlotte Tilbury too.
I don't know. I know she likes Chantecaille. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure I've heard somebody else talk good about Charlotte Tilbury.
But I feel like for my beauty budget, I don't want to spend $75 on just this palette.
But if you're a fan and you're a collector and you like luxury stuff and you don't care, it's beautiful because the packaging is pretty and it's a pretty.
Her packaging is always 10
the shades are nice. There's no unusable shades in there, and you can make several looks out of the palette. So if you're a collector of hers or you're a collector of luxury makeup, it would be okay. But all I've ever heard about her is it's fine.
And there's not enough deepening shades in this. So like the thing that I notice now that I never used to notice before is like if a palette doesn't have really deep, rich colors to kind of balance out all the light colors, then you kind of get stuck with this like light to medium eye look, and you can't ever make it anything else, or you have to go into another palette. If I'm paying $75 for a palette, I should not have to go to another palette. That's my
I would say this is like if you're doing like a cotton candy look, this is your palette. That's not, or a pastels look,
or like real neutral,
super neutral. And super neutral and super light skin too.
Clearly not us.
That's no.
We're not doing that. I mean, we are ghosts.
Nothing neutral
but there's nothing neutral about what's going on our faces.
or in my brain. I have so many opinions.
Ooh, this is a fun one. Okay. All the NYX stuff. They are dropping a boatload of stuff. They've got
I love NYX
lip products, and it looks like they have some of the lip products that are like the Uoma Beauty ones, where they have like the little glittery
the glitter in them,
And they have glosses. They have a whole butter gloss like compendium. my big word for the day. They have their own advent calendar, which looks like it's got a whole bunch of goodies in it.
Yes, yeah. Their little pots are nice. Their little eyeshadow pots are great.
Mm-hmm. And then they have these, I haven't seen these NYX lipsticks before. I'm not sure what kind of lipsticks those are. I'm not sure.
The advent calendar looks like something I'm going to buy for myself.
I know, right?
I'm going to tell you right now.
I did last year. I had no regrets.
I think I'm going to get that for myself. $55 on all those products. Yeah, I can see that going.
And
under the tree from Santa.
Like November 30th, it sometimes goes on sale for half price.
I need that.
So then if you're okay not opening it on December 1st.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You can get it half price.
Yeah. Nothing like buying a chocolate advent calendar on December 23rd and just being like, I can eat all this tonight.
So Marc Jacobs released this whole like cherry collection. So they've got a 7-pan palette. They've got a giant bronzery thing. They've got a lip product, a mascara, which I think is just the regular mascara just repackaged. And then they've got some like liner trios and a little mini sampler set. What are your thoughts?
No. That looks like it came out of an avocado kitchen in the 1970s.
It really does.
It really looks like it came out of the 1940s. It might. I don't know. I'm not really for it. It does smack of nostalgia, but it's basic, boring.
The bronzer has like an actual like cherry rhinestone thing on it, which kind of gets me a little bit because it's like sparkly.
Oh, well, yeah.
But the liners, Marc Jacobs liners, I don't know how everybody loves them so much because for me, I feel like they're so hard and like tuggy that I can't use them.
Yeah, yeah, and I've heard that too. I don't think I have. No, I do. I had one liner from him, and I felt the same way. I feel like it's just like a regular pencil. It's not even like the nice kohl pencils.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a good glide.
There's no slip. No.
All right, so how about the Lime Crime? They have the Greatest Hits Classic, and then there's a larger 15-pan palette that is, and all of their Greatest Hits eyeshadows as well.
But is that, are those all mattes? Or are they shimmers?
These are all mattes.
I don't buy palettes that are all mattes. That said, these are very pretty, and I really do like all the colors in there. But I would never be able to use that. It's my skill, my talent, my taste. I wouldn't ever use that by itself.
Yeah.
But it is really, really pretty, and the packaging is gorgeous, of course.
I think the packaging is like 10 out of 10, but I think this reminds me so much of the Nabla Wild Berry palette, that 6-pan.
Yeah.
That I don't think I would need this because I have the other one.
No. And you know what? Actually, aside from the really bright ones, not the bright ones, maybe the gray ones, it's a bit like the Juvia's Place the Berries, too.
Very true. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I don't feel like their formula is anything that would make me go, oh no, but I have to have this one.
Yeah, I have to have it in line.
Yeah, right.
All right. The next thing is the Tarte holiday collection. So they did a trio of face products.
Okay.
3 threesomes of face products. 3 mini palettes. They have a mini eye palette, they have a lip trio, some brushes, and then of course mascara because they're always shoving that mascara down everybody's throat. What are your thoughts?
Though if you don't have a face palette or there you go, right? But everybody has one, so I feel like it's sort of like more of the same. Is the mascara really better than that? Is it? I doubt it. So
I'm not a fan of this mascara. I think it's a wetter, thinner mascara formula, and so when you apply it, you don't get a lot of length or volume.
Right.
It just makes your lashes black.
Oh.
And so I don't care for that because I want big lashes. Like, clearly, I want big lashes.
Right.
So this for me is insufficient.
Look, that Park Avenue isn't Tarte the Park Avenue Princess? That palette is amazing.
It is.
That palette's amazing, and so if you want a really good face palette and you want from Tarte, get that one. It's really pretty and it's gold too. But if that one doesn't exist anymore and you can't buy it, those colors look vaguely familiar. So you might want to pick them up to get those contours because it's the only face palette that I've come across that truly has bronzer and contour in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has the cool and it has the warm. Most of them just have warm tones,
one or the other,
which are bronzers, or the cool tones are so cool they're gray.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only one. I mean, I rave about it. I would never give it up.
I have the trios from last year's. I actually got them with my Ulta points, so it didn't cost me any money. There's one that I really like because it's like a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. The other two are just blushes and a highlight. So I feel like I can't, like, they're not travel friendly for me because it doesn't have all my products.
Oh, okay.
So then it's like,
you'd have to. From what I'm looking at here, it looks like you'd have to have all three. You'd have to get all three stacks, and then you'd be good.
Yeah.
A 9-pan face palette.
And they used to do bigger 9-pan. Like,
yeah.
They had an even bigger one. It was like a book of. It was like the blush book, I think is what they called it. And it was like maybe 10 or 15 shades total, and it opened up.
Yeah.
Like a round palette that opened up, and it was just like circle, 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 circle.
Okay, yeah.
And it was kind of nice, but it's also enormous. And like, when do you need 15 blushes to be at the ready at the same time?
I do feel like the quality for them is really good, though.
It is. And I love the scented products that are like the vanilla-y
this
scented.
one smells like chocolate. I think it does. I've never licked it. I don't know, but it does smell like chocolate.
Maybe can tell us if it does.
Yes. So, yeah, and I do think that they're like they're very, very good, and I say, I like their formula over the face formula for Benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do too. Now, the one thing that I think looks really interesting out of this is the lip trio, the Maracuja lip trio, because they're like the little clicky pens.
Yeah.
And that's how it makes the lip balm advance, and they're like tinted.
Oh, okay.
So I'm here for that because it's like an activity.
Yeah. Well, like my clicky pen with my eyebrows. Yeah, I love those.
Exactly. All right. What's
again,
next?
packaging. Packaging will sell me a lot. Like those.
Dior.
It's really pretty, and I just no.
Dior has released 3 face quads for this season. One is more like light pinky, more cool toned. One is more of like a warmer medium tone, and then one's definitely like a warm, deep, bronzy kind of palette. And then it looks like they have a lip maximizer as well.
What's the lip max? Is that like a plumper or whatever?
It is, but it's not as strong as Buxom or Soap and Glory. It's a lot tamer. I don't even think you would feel it. I had one before, and it was very nice.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I probably wouldn't bother with that. The price point's probably all wrong. For me.
I think the lip would probably be like $28-ish.
Yeah, right.
And then I think these quads are like $40 or $50.
Like, you can go to Lancome, and for $38 you can literally get like an engraved refillable lipstick. Like, I think I'd do that. I don't know why I would want that.
This light Dior one looks so pretty.
Those
I feel
are
like
really
it would be
pretty.
Like a blush topper and then 3 highlights.
Yes, yeah. They are really pretty. I like that one too. I'm kind of drawn to that, but that's not for my skin tone at all.
Yeah.
I still feel like I could find something to do with it though. But they're really pretty, and I do feel like it's with those 3, they're more inclusive.
More skin tones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
by far.
So.
And I have heard some people rave about these quads. So I think in terms of formula quality, the quality is there for the price. So for me,
and that's what's important if you're going to put your name on it and expect a big price.
Yeah, that pinky one, I have my eye on it. All right, here we go. Here's MAC. What is this? Frosted Fireworks. Stupid.
Huh. How's she gonna go on this one?
I think the name is stupid. The packaging on the outside is undeniably pretty.
Yeah, MAC always is good packaging.
But the rest of this is foolishness. So they have like a hat box that when you open it, all these like lipsticks explode out at you.
Nice.
And then they have a 12-pan eyeshadow palette, which is mostly pinky kind of shades with a couple of cool tones thrown onto it. They've got what looks to be 2 face palettes, which all appear to have shimmers throughout each product in the face palette.
Yeah.
They've got some eyeshadow singles and some like frosty lipsticks.
Do those let me see those little blushy, yeah. Do they not look oddly familiar? They smack of Ofra, do they not?
Very similar. Very similar embossing, yeah. Yep.
Even in the shades, I just feel like that top one, I feel like Ofra does that whole thing. MAC is not a brand that I support.
Yeah.
For other reasons. And also, I've, my understanding is that the quality of their product is just declined in recent years, and that it's no longer the powerhouse brand that it used to be.
I don't know if they truly declined or if they were always that bad and other things just went better.
Maybe.
Because, like, they used to be so hyped up because they were, like, the place to get singles, but, like, who else was making singles back then?
Nobody was. And that's true. And they had, they would put out, like, there was more pigment in, and you just can't deny that a lot of people who are professional makeup artists now, that's where they got their start, was MAC. So teaching you the proper techniques and giving you the practice and building employees, and they were always, in the past, historically, they were good at that. And so that part of MAC, the history of it, you can't deny. But they have not been innovative in years.
Correct.
I believe they sort of
they keep re-releasing everything in different packaging.
And kind of just, there's only so far you can ride on your laurels. And then you're going to get something that happens like COVID. And the wheat and the chaff are going to get, now they've just kind of become that kind of dry part outside of these other newer, more innovative brands that keep pushing the envelope. I mean, I guess there's something to be said for being an old standby. But I don't feel like in the cosmetic industry you can just be an old standby. I don't think anybody's going to, this crowd.
And now that we're starting to see MAC show up at like TJ Maxx and stuff, it really highlights to you how much people sort of forgot about that brand and how little it really costs to make their stuff. So like a $20 single eyeshadow, when you have things like ColourPop and even Makeup Geek making singles that are really, pigmented and blendable and everything, you're not gonna turn around and buy a $20 eyeshadow palette, like an eyeshadow single. You're just not.
No.
So I think the outer packaging is pretty. They always do really pretty outer packaging for Christmas, but I don't think anything inside the packaging is pretty enough to make me spend my money.
Exactly, and that's not. Yeah, I don't think it's. I just wish they would start innovating a little bit more like they used to.
The next one. I know this has already been out for a minute, but Auntie Pat's release. She has 3 quads, a couple of lipsticks, a highlighter, and then the mega palette, the 18 pan $78 palette.
And I just watched Poplic's review on that big palette. Now with what the palettes that I have now, it's worth it. Again, Pat McGrath was another one that I thought, oh, she's using her name, she's taking the piss. That's not. Eyeshadow's, at some level, eyeshadow is eyeshadow, and I get that there's garbage eyeshadow, and I've used that, and then there's sort of this mid-range, and then there's kind of an upper range, and I feel like that's where Lunar Beauty and Nomad kind of sit. But Pat McGrath, I thought, how really? Come on. And then I tried it, and I'm like, yes, this is worth every penny. That said, I'm not sure that this $78 palette is of the same quality as her mothership, even though this is a mothership palette.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that it's the same quality from the reviews that I've seen, and that makes me sad, because why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be the same formula?
Because then it would have to be like $250.
So she's taking the piss on one of us. She's taking the piss on $78 for not good eyeshadow, or she's taking the piss on me for $125 for $78 eyeshadow.
And the thing is, 12 of the shades are pre-existing shades that showed up in other palettes. And
yes,
I still hear the stands being like, I still might buy this palette. And I'm like, but you have 2/3 of it in your drawer. Like, what are you doing?
They want they're probably after those other 6.
Yeah.
And
but are 6 shades worth $78?
I know. She even said, though, that there's repetition in those Star Wars palettes. You called that before she had come out and said that. I was saying to you that, hey, she's got these, and you were like, I think those are the Star Wars shades. And then she came out not long after and was like, yeah, these are the Star Wars shades.
Yeah,
so those
there
are the
were
ones.
there were several influencers that were suggesting that.
So those are the ones that are repetitious, and with one of the mothership palettes that I have, I'm like, oh, I think most of these shades, or a lot of, several of these shades are in there already. I still considered buying it for those other 6 shades. And when you think about it, 6 shades for $78, you're looking at a little over, what, $12 a pan? Or something like that. And MAC wants to sell you a single for $20. But
I wish
But at the same time, you do have them. And I'm not sure that they're exactly the same quality from what I've been hearing, and that's disappointing.
Yeah,
but
I don't know that they're the same formula, and
Yeah.
there's no special shades in these smaller, like in these things, and I wish that she had included that, because I'm one that I really want to try the special shade formula, but I don't want to have to spend $125 to do it.
Do you ever feel like, and this is an honest question because I don't know, it's just something that I think in my head, but do you ever feel like take Juvia's Place for instance, they have this big 39 millimeter pans.
Could swim in them.
Do you wonder if when they take that formula and bring it down to a smaller pan, the pressing is different and it performs different, or do you think it just would perform the same at any size?
Based on what I've seen from like behind the scenes stuff from indie brands, I think the pressing and everything is the same for those, no matter what the size is, because they put them into like a little mold, and then they have like a little, almost like a tortilla press kind of thing that goes over top of it. I would,
tortillas.
I know, I would fully expect an eyeshadow formula to be able to perform no matter what the size of the pan is, and if it can't, then I question your formula.
Because that was the only thing that I wondered about, was if it's truly the same formula, the only difference between the mothership and this palette is the size of the pan. And so if that's true, what you're saying, then it should be performing the same. So that tells me maybe it's not the same formula, and that's a shame. But then that would also explain the lower price point.
Yes, it would explain the lower
And
price.
I do feel like Pat McGrath is probably one of those brands that is hit harder during COVID, when people are losing their jobs, they're not buying luxury items, So, yeah, she may have change this or that about the formula, make it cheaper, smaller pans. I can put out a palette, I can sell it for $78
but it's still a $78
money.
palette. Like, is that what she's thinking is an affordable palette?
I think if you're putting Pat McGrath's name on it, that it is affordable if you're buying it for the name.
Because I think the 4 pans are like $65. Because I waited for the Blitz Astro Quad, the one that had like the blue and the purple and whatever. I waited for that to go on sale last year, and it never really did.
Yeah.
But that would be the one that I would have wanted to try.
Right.
All right. How about the Givenchy Beauty? They have an eyeshadow and face palette with some lipstick hue along the side. They've got some lip vaults.
I thought they made jeans.
Givenchy, no.
It's the same. Okay.
Are you thinking of like Guess?
No.
Okay, good.
Givenchy. Pretty sure they made. Okay. Anyways, I didn't even know they did makeup. I'm not kidding. I thought they were a fashion designer. I didn't know they made makeup. How long have they been doing this?
I'm not
out of touch.
Like before I got into makeup. Then this is a trio of eyeshadows too, with the white being the biggest.
Okay. Is that textured? I don't like the textured eyeshadows for the same reason I don't like the rose highlighters.
I think it's just pressed into a fun shape, like a star shape instead of.
Those lipsticks are.
These are like raised.
Okay.
They're like a raised, almost like those rivets you have on.
Is
jeans.
it cream?
These are cream products. Those are powder products.
In the same palette.
I don't like that.
I don't like that, but I'll give you this on those lipsticks. That red is life.
Yeah, it's
that
pretty.
is gorgeous. But I don't know how much it is, but I would kind of want that red.
The red
and I'm not
pretty.
even like a red lipstick, but that's the first one I've ever seen where I'm like drawn to it.
Yeah, the red is definitely pretty. I don't like the little trio of eyeshadows that are black, white, and gray, because I think it's too expensive for what you're getting. And then the biggest pan is the white, which is going to be the hardest to use for everybody. Because it's going to look chalky. You're going to use it as a brow bone highlight, and that's about it. Or an inner corner.
Yeah, right.
You don't need a giant pan of inner corner.
No,
And then I don't like this eyeshadow and face palette because I don't like the cream products. Like, I don't know, this is 2020. Like, I don't know why we're still doing cream products with powder products in the same compact.
I don't think that's a good idea, and I think for sanitation reasons, I don't think that's a good idea. I think that should kind of be separate. If you can if you depot it, but geez, it's probably expensive. So.
And why are you depotting it if you're getting it for the name?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Because then it's just a red lipstick in a little square.
I just don't. I feel like it would be too easy. First of all, it'd be too easy for the powder products to get in the cream products and change the nature of the beast. And then otherwise, cream products do retain more bacteria and are harder to sanitize.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want them in with my powders. I don't get what they were thinking on that.
Yeah. And if I can see this picture correctly, it comes with one of those little Wet n Wild like sponge tip applicators that you get from drugstore makeup. Like, you're a Givenchy. God.
You can't put a brush in there. Come on, guys.
Hell? Like, put a brush in there. Don't be lazy.
It looks like something from like a little L'Oreal.
Yeah, like a little quad.
L'Oreal.
No,
and
thank
here's a
you.
little spongy thing.
Not paying $80 for a spongy thing. Get the hell out of here. All right, Clinique did a cheek pop palette. They do these every year. This is a $29.50. It has pink honey, black honey, and gold celebration as a highlighter.
I like that. I don't know anything about Clinique. I feel like they come under well, I don't know. I'm not going to say because I don't know. It's pretty. It's pretty. And if I was in the market, even if I wasn't in the market, the packaging is gorgeous. The embossing is gorgeous. It doesn't look like it's super, you know what I mean? Like the really sharp edges or whatever, like that flower thing.
No.
It just looks like it's nice embossing.
It's a press, yeah.
And the packaging is pretty. So for $29.50 for 3 of those, I think, and I've heard good things about Clinique. Yeah, it would make a nice gift.
And
is that a hint or?
No.
Okay.
I'll forward you my list now.
Okay.
So I think the center shade, the black honey shade, looks really, really pretty. But I think the gold, like the gold highlighter and the black honey make sense. They go together because I think they would look really pretty on deeper skin tones. But then this light color, I don't think would fit a deeper skin tone. So I like the concept of it. I just don't like the fact that you're really only going to be able to use like 2 of the products.
I feel like though that pink one, if you do like a pink highlighter, you could probably use it as that on a deeper skin tone.
That's true. That might look really pretty on a deeper skin tone.
That's about as far as you go as a highlighter, yeah.
But that black honey shade, I think would make a really pretty blush.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so pretty. Okay.
Sigma. I've never tried anything from Sigma.
Me
but
neither,
they are
but I'm fitting to do it because Robert's brushes are back in stock.
They are releasing so many cute things. So they have a Rose Glow Cheek Duo, which is like a pinky and a light colored highlighter that comes with a highlighting brush. They have 2 brush trios. One's more like eye brushes and one's like face and eye brushes. And then they have this cute little palette, the Rendezvous Eyeshadow Palette, which looks to be like 6 shimmery, pretty, rosy topper shades.
Anything that would include one of their brushes, I'd be up for.
Yes.
And you said they have like a highlighter.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Let me see that palette a minute.
That's the palette. It's pretty. It's all toppers.
Okay.
I mean, that's how I would use it. I don't know.
Okay. I'm sure it's good quality. It just smacks of that one palette. That one.
The Dominique Cosmetics winter
like
sweater something palette.
Yeah.
Winter sweater garbage palette.
Yeah, but from Sigma, no, it's going to be really good quality. I can't believe that it would be bad quality. And anything that might include, any kind of bundle that might include their brushes, I think you'd be lucky to get.
Yes.
They
did also release
I would love that.
They did also do a limited edition of their F80 for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a hollow pink candle. And it's $25.
I do. I have never bought any of their brushes, but I've heard so many good things about it. The thing is, nobody ever goes on a review and goes, "Oh, Sigma, I'm so disappointed." I've never seen that. If that's the case, somebody pointed out to me, because, you know, even though I know that some of the people that I watch, you know, I partner with them, I've just never heard anything bad about them.
Every time Samantha March pulls out one of their palettes and does a look with it, I'm always like, dang it, now I need this palette too.
Right?
And I have to talk myself out of them because there's so many of them. But these look really pretty. I think I'd be happy with almost anything.
Yes, yeah, from that collection,
I'll
absolutely.
be telling my husband all about that. Anastasia Beverly Hills is releasing the Soft Glam Mini, a quad of glosses, what looks like a mini brow kit, a mini eyeshadow, mini mascara, and 4 nude lipsticks.
Nude lipsticks.
Revolutionary.
No.
I will say,
The shade.
if they had...
No, but you know what? If you didn't want the Natasha, I mean, this looks like they took the sultry palette and chopped a quad off of it.
Well, this is a pre-existing palette, the Soft Glam.
Oh, is it? Okay.
They just took 8 shades out of the pre-existing palette and made a smaller version.
Okay.
So there is a like rose gold shade in that palette that really drew me, and I almost bought the palette just for that shade. Had they put that shade into this palette, I probably would have purchased it because I'm that much of a schmuck.
I feel like if you didn't get the Natasha Denona Glam palette, then this would be fine. This is fine. I do like the shimmers. I mean, the thing about it is I have several Anastasia, and that sultry palette is one that I love as well, mostly for the black that's in it. But and they have the black in this one, and it's really a good formula. And so anything to deepen that corner, if that's what you're looking for, there you go. But
I think they should have skipped the orange soda out of this one and put in that rose
quartz.
That would have been a much prettier palette for me, and I would have bought it.
Yeah, skip the lipsticks though. They're all the same. They're all gonna look the same.
And I've heard their glosses are not that great, so I'm just like, meh. That's spooky season.
Yeah.
Okay, Elf holiday. Elf put out about 15 million holiday things in different packaging. All of it is sort of this like aqua hollow kind of thing. Where do I even begin?
It looks like the beach. All of it looks like the beach to me.
It really does.
I know.
The one thing in this collection that I'm gonna dog from the gate is this giant ass palette though. The palette that they did that has like 30 something shades or 50 something shades, and there's like 12 blues, but they're all the same color.
Yeah.
So it's like neutrals with a pop of blue, but like they did way too much. If they would have like narrowed that down a little bit.
Right.
Because like they just did Retro Paradise.
The Retro Paradise palette was, yes.
It was well thought out.
Yes, it was, yeah.
It was well thought out.
And it was beachy and corally and blue, and it was it was like exactly what you would think about if you're thinking about like the tropics or the beach or whatever. And that was fine. And this palette looks like, I don't know, it looks like that with just some more almost duplicate shades added
too much
to it.
Redundant shades. If they would have taken the concept for this and broke it down to like a 15 pan or an 18 pan, I think they would have been more successful.
Or maybe a few, but again, doing the monochromatic ones, everybody's you're stealing from ColourPop, you're stealing from Huda, so you can't do those. But they easily could have done that with that palette, just done some monochrome ones.
Yeah,
and then fine.
I do like the liquid eyeshadows though, so the little toppers I think are cute.
Yeah.
They have some lip gloss and lip balm sets that I think are nice.
I like their lip balm. Now this new stuff though I haven't tried.
Yeah, in the little like steel packaging.
Yes.
I know, I want to try those too. And then what else? They have this little palette that's 15 pans. That's nice.
Right.
But it's like neutrals with a pop of green. So it's really not like revolutionary. But yeah, they have some cute stuff. I feel like if you are shopping for somebody that doesn't know, like if you don't know anything about makeup and you're shopping for somebody that does, you could get away with some of those elf sets. You
almost can't go wrong. And also their brushes are very good. The brushes are better than Morphe.
Oh yeah, because they don't fall apart.
Well, yeah, mostly because they don't shed. But when I first started buying stuff that wasn't Alibaba brushes, Elf was one of the first ones that I went to. Elf and BH, and honestly, the quality is on par, but Elf is a lot cheaper. Essence as well. Essence brushes are inexpensive, on par Elf, and Elf is usually more less expensive. And last year,
oh my god, Essence did the cutest collection. They had the letter from Santa, which literally folded up, the palette folded up like a little envelope, and it almost looked like the Huda Beauty New Nudes. Like it was really pretty, but they didn't put a cream product in it, thank God. Yeah. Because Essence knows what they're doing. That was really pretty. And then the brushes that they had water in them, and they had like little glitter and little snowballs that kind of fell through them. So I like that.
Yeah.
All right, how about the BH collection? What is this? The Naughty 30 color shadow palette, the Nice 16 color shadow palette. There's Nobody Like You 12-piece brush set, and the Lump of Coal liquid eyeliner.
So for me, it's the brush set, obviously with BH. That's actually the number one thing I was, and I do like BH palettes, and I own quite a few of them. This palette didn't really quite do anything for me. It does have some. It has four highlighters in it, right? Those are highlighters across the top.
Oh, that's actually a different palette.
Oh, that's a different
highlighter palette.
Okay, so the highlight they do have nice highlighters, and I like those. The one thing that I really like about Spoiled Lips Cosmetics is that they will do a palette like this, but they will put a highlighter in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when I first saw this, I thought those two went together, and that they would be in the same palette. So if you wanted sort of a nice travel item, that's good. It's one of the reasons I love my Spoiled Lips Cosmetics palettes, because they have usually a little highlighter in there and a little blush in there, and then there's also, you'll get 15 pans or something like that. But this color story is a bit muted. Again, it takes me back to the Nomad Berlin Underground or the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. They just seem muted for what I would think of the holidays. Like, I would expect to see a little bit more, maybe a few more blues, reds, golds, green, something. But these look a bit grungy, and I don't really like them.
So when I first looked at this,
more light. I remember maybe I need to see them differently.
When I first looked at this, I was like, the brushes and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I look at it a little bit more, the highlighter palette, that like kind of amethysty purple shade,
I know,
calls to me, and I know
I'd buy it just for
Voldemort
that.
has done that in the
Yes,
past
yeah.
in some of his palettes, and I think I have one that's in an ABH palette, Moonchild or Aurora, something like that. But I'd be curious to try that, because I think that's finally a highlighter palette where all of the shades would work for one skin tone. Now that being said, they're all not going to work for a deeper skin tone.
That's right.
And then the palette, the first time I looked at it, I was like, that palette's ugly, and I moved right past it. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, there's this cool like coppery olivey green shade. There's some cool like rosy shades. You've got some bright colors. I can't tell if there's one or two pressed glitters in it. I can tell there's at least one, but I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted to try it and see what kind of looks you can make with it.
Well, the great thing about BH is it doesn't take them long to put it on like 50% off.
Yeah.
So if you don't really want it for Christmas, then you wait till after Christmas, and they'll have it at like 50, 60, 75% off.
Yep. And I think the palette, like the packaging, they did it all to look like cute little sweater packaging.
Right,
I think that's adorable.
And
like,
the fact that packaging is so seasonal means it's going to go on sale earlier.
Yes, and I'm here for that.
Yep.
All right, what else we got? Natasha Denono is releasing another shade of her I Need a Nude Glow highlighter. She's got two lipsticks that are in these like beigey nude colors, and I believe she has hinted at the fact that there might be a palette coming, like a bigger palette coming.
A bigger one. The highlighter is definitely, she knows how to do a highlighter. It's gorgeous. I mean, I don't get the lipsticks. There's so many of these sort of taupey lipsticks that are coming out, and to me, I feel like they're just gonna all look the same.
But they look so warm toned that I think they're gonna look like poop. Like they're too warm toned for me. I know I run cool, but they're too warm toned for me.
They're a little bit too warm. And so if you want butthole lips, this is gonna give you the genuine article.
Yes.
Thank you, Christy.
Yes. All right, let's see what else we got here. Rare Beauty is doing these 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. They did not release eyeshadows originally with their launch, but now they have these 6-pan palettes. One's more like pinky tones, one's more just like bright colors. I don't know what the price is.
No.
I liked the packaging more in the sneak peek than
I love the packaging.
Now that I look at it,
I didn't love it that
like
much. Yeah, I didn't love the packaging enough to just buy for the packaging.
No.
But the packaging is gorgeous, and they did a really good. Whoever the graphic designer was on this packaging,
it was a good idea.
It's really amazing. And if it's the same group that designed all the other stuff, I mean, kudos to them. They are great.
So is this arthritis friendly?
Teresa,
no, it's
morning,
not.
It's
no, it's
not. None of it is. But Teresa this morning she had something in review. She's like, "This is garbage. I hate it." And I'm like, "You're looking for the smoke." But no, I think the biggest problem for me with this is really that they're all shimmers, and I don't understand that. The whole idea, the whole big deal with Selena was she's minimalist.
Yeah.
And people were actually really like, they were coming for Nikki when Nikki did her collab with or did the video with Selena, they were coming for Nikki, but oh, look at how much makeup Nikki's using and Selena's just using a little bit, ha ha ha. And it's like, first
But
of all,
that's what Nikki does. That's
okay,
her brand.
Nikki has different needs. And the second thing is, shut up. So this doesn't fit with that. This doesn't fit with that narrative. And also, when the design company designed all her stuff, they were like, this is why I'm not sure it's the same design company. Well, that's what I said. Like, if it is,
because everything
how
else looked very
multifaceted are they if they're doing this and that? Because that was all very minimalist. And this looks like a unicorn threw up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and the fact that it doesn't fit with her narrative, but whatever, it is lovely. And if Rare, the whole thing is, I don't know what Rare is. I don't know if they're a brand. I don't know if they're an emerging brand and they did the Selena line first, much like Elf is doing that line with Alicia Keys. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if that's what happened first, or if this is all Selena, and then this is the next thing. And it's like, girl, you're allowed to be a glitter babe if you want, but it doesn't fit with your narrative. So I don't get this line, and I also don't get I don't care for whole palettes full of mattes. I'm not interested in one that's all full of glitter. I have one.
Yeah.
I have one right here that's giving me away, but I really don't buy.
See it, don't worry.
Because I really don't buy palettes that are just nothing but shimmers. And these are real shimmers, and these are not just like, you could take these 3 shimmers and make it look. You can't make it look out of any of either of those palettes.
Mm-mm. And
I don't get it.
Whenever you see Selena Gomez when she's advertising for Rare Beauty, you don't see her with these like electric colored eyeshadows.
No.
You see her with like almost nothing on her eyes. So I really don't see where this was coming from.
No.
If it was thought out in relation to the other.
And I would hate to think that it's, you know, a white label.
Yeah.
That somebody thought, oh, this would be cute for the holidays, because it's not cute for the holidays. I mean, I think we're past 6th grade where makeup for the holidays would be everything shimmers, you know, and that's really what that reminded me of. It reminded me of something that I probably would have bought in 6th grade to, and sit with my girlfriends and watch Chips.
I think if she did like a quintessential nude palette, I think everybody would criticize her for the fact that it's been done 1,000,001 times. So I don't know what exactly she could release as an eyeshadow palette that people would be happy with. Because
that's a good
brights
point.
From her would be off-brand, and neutrals from her would be boring.
And so they did the brights and they're off-brand. If you kind of think that through, a rose gold type palette wouldn't go amiss, I think, if you incorporated some of the, like that blue and that purple that are in there. So because Huda did the rose gold palette, and for me, I love the rose gold remaster, but everybody hates it. So we don't really have a really great rose gold palette that's out there right now. That could have been something. I just feel like it didn't seem thought through. It seemed like, I don't know, opportunistic maybe, because it just doesn't fit with the narrative. But who knows? Maybe Selena will come out and go, oh, these colors are special to me because, and explain it. Or
because
her fans.
They're arthritis friendly.
Or if she doesn't explain anything, her fans will explain it for you.
That's right. They'll make something up.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish I had a pair of shoes that I could just go.
So Makeup Revolution did the Precious Glamour collection.
I love Makeup Revolution.
They included some crystal ball highlighters. It looks like a 9-pan palette, and then a much larger, what is that, 18 maybe? 18 to 20-ish pans eyeshadow palette. It's all like rosy neutrals. They have some lipsticks. They have 2 lip glosses and a mascara. Oh, these are 2 different palettes.
Right. So these look like they're coming for Natasha Denona a bit, almost like a dupe. Mm-hmm. So fine with that. I would pass on the palettes because I don't need that many browns and stuff. I mean, I have all that. Again, that sultry palette from Maybe, which I love so much.
Yes, that's a great palette.
Yes, it really
that
is.
And the Jackie Aina palette
Jackie
were like
Aina
their
palette.
2 best palettes, and they were both limited edition.
Yes, exactly.
And they never made it to TJ Maxx, as far as I noticed.
I know. And so with sultry palette, it's been sold out for many, like,
that was
it's been sold out since I ever even knew.
That was last year's holiday release.
Yes, yeah. And so, and I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for you, because I didn't know about it.
I peer pressured you.
No, you sent it to me because they cracked one of your pants.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, another great way to save money.
Let us tell you about the
If you
cracked
have
pants
a
queen
damaged
here.
makeup item, call them and tell them about it. They sometimes will send you a new one, and then you can send the damaged one to somebody who doesn't mind that one pan was damaged.
And actually, that's very true because the pan that was damaged was a silver shade. It was a sort of grungy gunmetal silver shade that I would have never ever used. It would just never fit my. It would never fit my skin. So yeah, it worked perfectly. This I will buy for the packaging.
Yes, the 2 lip glosses, that was what I was touching on as well.
I don't use lip gloss. I will buy those for the packaging.
The lip gloss is adorable. I use lip gloss all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The little rhinestones all over it,
yep.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah, I'm going to have that.
I want it already.
So, and the fact that they put that like bouquet lights behind it, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know, they got me.
If you put it on a good background, you got me.
The hell was I going to say?
I don't know, what are you supposed to say?
Bye. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all.
Alright, you guys, I think that is everything for this video. I really appreciate you guys sticking with us through this incredibly long but special video.
Yes.
If you want to see how we got these looks, definitely head over to BeautyK Unfiltered. I'll leave her channel information down below. We did a get ready with me, and we talked through some beauty would you rathers. So if you want to hear us make the tough calls, definitely check out that video, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.